What's up, everyone? It's Toby and Sean.
Sean's back from Germany.
Yep, Deutschland. It was fun.
No more co-hosts for a bit. So, or guest hosts is what I mean. We're both co-hosts.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I got big shoes to fill. Man, Darlene did an excellent job. I watched that one like 10 times, and Aaron was awesome. So thanks for filling in for me while I was gone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope I do as good a job as they did. They were fantastic.
Well, I had to hold off on the metal a little bit,
Yeah.
but it's good. So we've got a lot of metal on this show. So, hey, what'd you see in Berlin? Anything good? You saw the Spitz.
Oh,
right?
man, yeah. So I've never seen the Spitz, so I had to go all the way to Berlin to see them. But I saw them play the place called Lodi. Anyway,
Lodi, the CCR song.
Maybe
Lodi.
I think so,
It's
but
a town in Northern California.
I think that's wrong, but it starts with an L. But yeah, I saw the Spitz. And then a band called Gym Tonic opened up for them, and they're from Berlin, and they're kind of like, I don't know, techno-punk. They all wear like doctors robes, they're really cool. They're
Gym Tonic?
Yeah, Gym Tonic, GYM Tonic.
Gym Tonic.
They're super fun. I saw them twice actually. There was another show that we went to. They have a lot of clubs in Berlin that are like under the radar clubs that aren't actually like official, and so I guess you could call it like a pop-up club. And so they'll have shows there, and then sometimes they'll get shut down. But this place was called Unter Autobahn, like under the highway, because it was pretty close to the highway, I think. And so we saw Gym Tonic, and then I saw another band called The Toxics, and they're from Finland, and they were like straight up rock and roll. A lot of fun, and then I saw a band called Hetze, and they're a grindcore band with a couple of female vocalist and a female guitar player, and they're a really great grindcore band, and they were super sweet also. But we saw them at a squat. And there's a lot of squats in Berlin as well, like punk rock squats. And it was really cool. But the best part about the squat was or all the squats and well, at least the one that I went to was if it was in Austin, it would be I don't know, I just felt like if a squat was in Austin, it would be shut down immediately, because you walk in and the whole apartment complex or wherever it's at is spray painted. And it looks just like a scene out of Sid and Nancy or something, where we walked into this squat, and it was called Koopy, and there was a barrel bonfire going, and it was kind of chilly. People were in jackets, with of course tons of punk
It's rockers. Not summer over there?
It's summer, but there was a high heat warning over there of 79 degrees Fahrenheit on my weather app.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Yeah, but so it was reverse snowbirding. But anyway, when you walk into these squats, being an American, I'm kind of guarded, but they've got all these signs out that are respect each other. If you see violence, stop it or say something, and we're all inclusive here, and so it was a really welcoming atmosphere. I don't know, it was super, super cool. So there's lots of squats too, and those are also under the radar types of clubs. And actually, it's not just a club; it's people live there. So it's really neat. Yeah. But wow. Man, I gotta say though, going to these squats and a couple other shows, I felt some Americans were being pretty loud and obnoxious.
Really?
As soon as I walked into the squat, I heard this girl being really loud with this German kid who was trying to talk to her, and she was like, "I'm from Chicago, we don't play that shit." And I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. And then another guy I was standing with in the pit at the squat was I heard him talking, and he's like, "Man, these people better not fuck up my shoes." And we're like, "Dude, you're in a fucking squat, in a crowded area where there's grindcore is about to happen. What do you expect, And of course, he got fucking. I mean, the pits aren't violent. They're like the pits here, where you pick people up. But immediately, the guy was just fucking lost in the mix, and yeah. So anyway, I was like, God, man, morons giving Americans a bad rap.
The first time Los Crudos played at a house party in town, there was like this hippie dude who like kept asking people not to slam dance because he left his shoes on the other side of the room. Like, can you not do that? I'm barefoot. I left my shoes over there, you know?
Did he get picked up and thrown out through a window? Did someone throw him through a window? Feet first? That would have been really funny.
Man, what a weirdo. All right, so that's awesome. I want to go to Berlin. That sounds dope.
It's like a town for everyone. It's got everything, you know. Great music scene, a lot of museums, a lot of parks, a lot of tiny dogs. I saw more tiny dogs in Berlin than I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, just a super, super fun city. And then we went to Prague and Dresden also, Cynthia and I. And then we also went to Pilsen. And went to the Pilsner Urquell Brewery and did a brewery tour. So yeah.
Wow, I've always wanted to go to Prague too.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Beautiful. Huh?
It's like sensory overload. There's so much to see. I felt like I was at the Grand Canyon again, just trying to wrap my head around all of the Gothic and like Baroque style architecture. But yeah, it was super.
I want to do that trip where you do like Prague, Budapest, Vienna, because they're all about 3 hours away from each other.
Yeah, yeah.
Know. Someday. Okay, I did a few things. I played a show with Obnox, and that was fun, in a band called Ha Ha Laughing. I didn't get to see the other bands because I had to go to work.
Goddamn work!
Yeah,
Fuck.
So I agreed to do this show. I wanted to play with Obnox, but I didn't get to see Obnox. But anyway, this artist dude, this was John Motard, drew this. It's actually a color. It looks really good in color, but I only have a black and white printer. But the dude's name is Amitai Place. I don't know. He's on Instagram. He's AmiRock73. I wrote it down. You can see that. Anyway, he drew this while we were playing. It's very colorful, actually. But
man, he got all of you perfectly.
Yeah.
Like this looks like all of you. This is great. Yeah.
That's awesome, huh?
Yeah, he nailed your eyebrows.
What?
Yeah. Did you see your eyebrows? They're great.
Oh yeah. Damn, that is severe, huh?
Time to get them threaded. John looks awesome. Yeah, it's so great. It's a really great picture.
And I've got this show at the Chess Club coming up on Sunday. So come see that. Brian the Stairs. That starts at 4:00 at the Chess Club, which is the old Blue Flamingo. Is that it?
Yeah, it's the old Blue Flamingo.
Okay,
yeah.
Right. I get mixed up on what's what. And I got asked to do this thing today, Texas Punk Story Hour. Pat Blatchel asked me, and so I agreed to do it. So I'm like an opening act.
Are you gonna tell jokes?
Yeah, pretty much the ones where I start with the punchline, and you have to fill in the rest of the joke. They were out of napkins. You know that one.
Yeah, who are these people? Tonight's your night in the barrel. Tell that one.
That's Johnny Ringo's girl. Oh, man. So, all right. Now we're going to get to the music, right? Is there something else I got to talk about? No, that's it. All right. Oh, man, I got distracted on all my shit. Aaron bringing in the Coil Ray CD last week for me to listen to. Y'all know we don't fucking talk about too much rap. But then I got on a kick and I started buying all this old, like 3-6, DJ Quick. Soulja Slim, Master P, UGK. Anyway, I listened to a lot of the stuff, but then I got bogged down listening to mostly like Southern rap, Sorry. I'll be back on the new shit. I have been listening to it, so we'll start with that. But I kind of got on an old kick. I don't just listen to new music.
Man, it was hitting when I came over here. We listened to some Southern rap for about an hour. It was great. It brought back a lot of memories. But it's also like, man, where the fuck was I when all of this?
I remember
great shit
when
was
all
dropping?
that was coming out, and I don't know. It didn't appeal to me at the time, and now I'm realizing that's like the real deal, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
kind of like Dio, right?
yeah, I wanted to send Dio an apology letter.
That's the best. You need to write 3-6. You need to write Soulja Slim. Well, you can't write Soulja Slim, but
Master P. I just never. I mean, you know, whatever. I always like the video and make him say. But I've been watching the Culturalist YouTube show, and they go through Culturalist something. If you just type in Culturalist, you get to, and they'll like rate the discographies of a lot of rappers, and it made me want to listen. You can't, if you can find the stuff, it's still in print, especially on CD. You'll get it cheap, like $7.99, $6.99.
Yeah.
But some of the stuff, like all the Cash Money stuff, you can't get. You know,
it's just
you have to pay for it.
Oh,
like
okay.
they just quit. Yeah, pressing it up, I guess. You know. All right. So, what are we going to talk about first? Here we go.
all right. Let's do them. Let's go ahead.
Okay.
All right.
Metal Church has a new album called Congregation of Annihilation. Metal Church from Aberdeen, Washington. How many albums they have out?
These guys have 13 full-length albums
13.
out. They started in 1980. Hellbreed.
I turned 10 in 1980.
Yeah,
I'm
so
going to turn 53 next month. All right.
so that makes these guys old as shit.
Kurt Vanderhoof is the main dude in Metal Church, and he has been for a while. You're probably aware of them. I'd never bought one of their albums before, and this is their first album since the death of their singer, Matt Howe.
Mm-hmm, Matt Howe.
And he. So they've got a new singer, and he's good. What's his name?
His name is
it's on here.
Mark Lopez.
Mark Lopez.
He kicks ass.
He kicks ass.
He does a
on this.
great job.
Yeah.
You know, their original drummer died this year.
Oh,
also.
jeez.
Yeah, but they have a new great drummer. His name's Stet Howland.
Stet Howland. Well, in spite of all the loss, this album isn't a bummer. Like, there's no songs. Most of the theme of this album is all about anti-organized religion, you know? And so it's got a lot of kick-ass riffs, a lot of good playing, a lot of good singing. There's good guitar riffs all over the place. All the playing's badass. And I listened to it quite a bit. I would say my only criticism is that the songs maybe go on about a minute longer than I would have written them.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But guys are from the 80s, you know, I think songs are they probably come in at 3.5, 4 minutes.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But
the typical songs you write are what?
Fucking
a minute and
10 seconds.
Minute 10.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So that's where I'm coming from. Yeah, it's like 55 seconds. If there's a guitar solo, it's a minute and 10 seconds. I'm trying to expand. There's a couple newer ones that like are coming up on 2 minutes, you know, because I let Candy arrange some of the yard work
I got one
songs.
word for you.
What?
Bridge.
Yeah. Pre-chorus.
Pre-chorus.
So, this is, let me see, Congregation of Annihilation's the name of the album, and that's a good song. Pick a God and Pray, that's a good one. Children of the Lie, Making Monsters. This font, though, is very, like, lo-fi 90s computer. I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to be on the bigger one. I keep thinking this song's called Say a Prayer with Butter.
Maybe they'll rename it now.
Maybe that'll be one of my songs. It's called Say a Prayer with 7... What?
Bullets.
Oh, yes. Say a prayer with 7 bullets.
Either way, it doesn't make any sense, right? Say a prayer with butter or say a prayer
I don't
with
know.
7 bullets.
Let's get into this.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some
Maybe it
lyrics
is
here.
butter. That's some fucked up font. Yeah. Metal Church is singing about butter now. What the?
Say a prayer with 7 bullets. A fragile smile locked and loaded. I'm ready to play. You better think twice before it's your dying day. Justified. Protect our lives. Perception is right or wrong till you're face down in the gutter as they play your funeral song. Death's dance with liberty. She'll hold no rights over me. Say a prayer with 7 bullets. Fire away. Say a prayer with 7 bullets. Wipe that smile away. To survive or eaten alive It's a predator's game. Will you be a victim or become the prey?
Prey.
Death's dance with liberty shall hold no rights over me. A human truth to the simple exists. Taste blood by way of fist. Say a prayer with 7 bullets, fire away. Say a prayer with 7 bullets, wipe that smile away. Death's dance with liberty. Say a prayer with 7 bullets.
So I was real into suicidal tendencies. And,
the later stuff,
like early stuff, like Join the Army. I think is when I got into that.
Join the Army, yeah.
And
the second album,
Anthrax, of course. Like,
did you like that?
Among the Living.
How will I feel like shit today if I remember that album? Remember Trip of the Brain?
No.
Okay. Anyway, so go ahead. I interrupted.
No. That's totally cool. Your story's probably better than mine.
No.
But so I was a kid living in Germany, and like in 1986, and I was looking for I was going through the magazine rack, like trying to find a metal magazine. And what's a prominent metal magazine from the 80s?
Hit Parader.
Maybe.
Circus.
Maybe it was Circus.
Kerrang.
Yeah. So anyway, I found a magazine and it had Metal Church on the cover. So I've known about these guys since like 86, but I'd never listened to them until, like 2 weeks ago. But and I've heard them before, but I've never bought a record by them. So
yeah, you know what? It's good hard rock. I like the latest Queensryche album a little better.
Yeah.
But if these guys are on a double bill, like I like what both of them are doing now. I like it. Sounds fresh. Yeah. So yeah, I think Metal Church is doing a real good job.
Yeah, and it's it's still can be considered thrash metal.
You can write a good song in any genre, and man, like if 100 Gex can write a good song, you can write something fresh in any genre, including just straight up hard rock. And this is a little thrashier than just hard rock. It's a little more thrashier, but yeah. Even the name Metal Church, when they started, this was full on metal, and now metal's so extreme. Like Metal Church is kind of a hard rock.
Right. Yeah.
But enjoyed it. Congregation of Annihilation. All right, so, oh boy, what are we talking about?
The Stinker. I mean the Swans. So we got Swans, the Beggar. Swans, everyone knows them. From New York City, started in 1982, experimental rock, post-rock. But this is their 16th full-length record. Toby, tell me about this.
This album is a stone cold bummer.
Straight up.
Oh my God, it's a double album. This is 2 hours of slow,
misery,
depressing misery. I couldn't wait to. This is the mood I'm trying to escape all the time.
Exactly. I have nothing to say now. You hit it on the head. I don't want to feel like this. I don't want to feel like this.
Why would I listen to it now? Oh man, I had this girlfriend when I was in my early 20s, and we'd be hanging out, and she'd always put on like the most depressing shit. She really liked this album by this Australian band Crime in the City Solution, or even I can't listen to Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. I've seen them live. I saw the ACL taping. Amazing show, but at no point was I like, I'm totally getting all these records.
Right.
Right, yeah. I was like...
You weren't inspired to follow his legacy.
I love the birthday party, but my favorite part of the birthday party is Tracy Pugh, the bass player, I mean, they're all badass, but and I really like the early stuff. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. I don't even listen to Leonard Cohen. Like, that's like the mood I'm trying to escape, know?
Right.
If any album, I used to listen to Lou Reed a lot when I was, I still like the Velvet Underground, but like this reminds me of that Lou Reed album, Magic and Loss, which is like technically a great album, but it's like a concept album about someone dying. and like a friend of his, and it's a bummer, and I'm never gonna put it on. And this is obviously, is he dying or something, or he just likes the idea of dying, or
I don't have the capacity for this stuff anymore. I really
listened
don't.
to the whole thing twice.
Like, I don't think I could read Bukowski anymore because it puts me in the same mood, right? It just makes me utterly depressed. And Toby sent me this record when I was in Berlin, and I listened to it on the plane. This is the first record I listened to, like, on the plane home. And I was getting in a really bad place, like, 3 songs in, like, so I had to turn it off. I just had to switch to something else. But I don't have the capacity to sit around for 2 hours and feel fucking miserable, man. But if you want that, if that's what you're looking for, Swans the Beggar.
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah, I know that there's some friends of mine who are going to think that this is the best, you know? And don't put this on if we're trying to have a good time, right? Because this is something to fucking bum out on by yourself. And, I mean, listen, I like, there's elements of things I like in here. There's some good guitar playing. There's not enough bass and drums for me. Like, there's elements that remind me of Can, which I love, but then I think of, like, the long, droning Can songs like You Do Right. But that's got, like, a kick-ass bass and drum groove. It's like, boom, 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 boom. You know, it's like, not this. You know, this sometimes has some cool jangly guitar coming in, and at the end, some of the songs have, like, a chorus that like reminds me of like The Fall at the very end, like the later Fall. But like all the songs are slow as shit. All the songs are completely fucking depressing.
Yeah.
And if you can write in 2 sentences tell me why I'm wrong about this, I will pay for the postage and send this sealed CD to you. You can have it on me.
You know what I liked about this record?
And I respect the shit out of you. Like, don't, like, we all go to music for different things. This is not what I go to music for, right?
Yeah.
And I've got some Swans records from the 80s that I was trying to find and I can't. And I love it, you know, but it was a totally different thing, you know? They're coming from like a no-wave place, like contemporaries with Sonic Youth, but heavier.
It's like post-punk.
And some of them were in a band that I liked called Of Cabbages and Kings. It was also very no-wave, but heavy with riffs. There's no riffs on this.
No, and some of the songs, just the progressions take forever to get up.
They're all long as shit.
Long, and it's like a, you know, it's almost like an interlude into, like, you think the song is going to start at some point, but it never does. It just keeps on with like a jangly type of, like you said, like the end of a fall song, and it never quite gets there. And then Michael Gira? Yeah, he starts like howling, and I don't know what the fuck's going on here. But there's a market for this somewhere, but it's not in my house.
I guarantee whoever, if they're nice enough to write in and give me the 2 sentences to earn the CD, they're gonna say something like, "I like lyrics. I listen to the lyrics, and I do too, but."
Yeah.
They're not that great. I don't know. You gotta have some fucking riffs to put it around. You know, there's lots of... Anyway.
Yeah.
No riffs in sight. Whatever. I know a lot of people are excited to see
that. That should have been the name of the record. Swans, no riffs in sight. Save yourself $20.
There's a song. It's got Los Angeles in the title. If I had to pick one to listen to, it'd probably that one.
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry.
Yeah. I have notes.
Not feeling it.
I always take notes because I have a terrible memory. But I have a section called Fave Songs. You see I put NA.
Oh, yeah.
They have no music videos for this.
Who played guitar? They were good.
Christoph Hahn.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been with them since '88.
Dude, I mean, it's like sometimes when I listen to like one of those really crappy new like Red Hot Chili Peppers songs on the radio, like Hey Ho Snow. That song's even like fucking 18 years old now.
Yeah.
What a shitty song.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I hate that song. Like, how boring can you get, right? But then if I'm stuck in the car and everything on the radio sucks, I at least do this thing where it's like I imagine like I'm like John Frusciante coming into the session and they present this piece of shit song to me and I do the best I can with it, you know? And it's like, okay, if I was brought in on this track, what is the coolest thing I could possibly do?
Yeah.
You know? And it can't be too much because they'll tell me to lay off, you know? It's like, so
your hands
if I
are
listen
tied.
to it, I kind of was saying the same thing about Slash on... Someone knock on the door?
I don't know. Yeah.
Anyway.
Toby's going to check the door. We think someone just knocked, but we may be wrong.
No.
Yeah. Nope, no one's here. I thought it might have been Michael Gira.
Yeah, coming to kick my ass already. I bet because anyway, they got an ex-member in town who's a really nice guy who everyone loves, Thor, and I was like, oh, I can't badmouth anything with him on it. But he's not on it.
Yeah, no. What about Slash though? What were you saying?
I was gonna say I said the same thing with Darlene about Slash on the Ian Hunter record. I was like, well, what would Slash do on my 3-chord blues rock song? You know, if I had enough money to hire him, if I had enough money to hire, you know, Tom Morello and Slash to come to the session, and it was enough money where they were gonna do the best they could and not talk any shit, you know, what would happen? You know? Anyway,
jangly jang. Pay me, give me my money, bitch. Yeah, dude.
Anyway, God, it sure is easier to slam records now that we've reviewed like 110.
Right,
you know?
right.
Sorry. I remember when I was all sensitive, like, I wouldn't want to say anything bad about anybody.
Well, I think that's what really, you know, it's a palate cleanser because there's so much good stuff that we review. But you know what? If you invest in something from a band that historically has been like great for the most part, then we're hoping for the best, right?
Well, I know that the Swans have kind of been going in this direction since they've had records that look like this, and they got back together at some point without Jarbo. I don't know who else. It's been more like that.
I guess 2010 is when they started.
Not my kind of music anymore.
They went up, and then they broke up in 97, and then as soon as 2010, the reunion just been on a downhill trajectory, I guess.
Well, people love them, and they're playing the Paramount. Right, and it's probably sold out.
Probably,
yeah, because
they're probably expecting Swans circa 1985.
You know what? If you like later Peter Gabriel, maybe you could be into that. You know, it's very atmospheric and it's all about the words.
This record is terrible and unnecessary.
You know what? We're not bad mouthing is Runemagick.
Fuck no!
Beyond the Cenotaph of Mankind.
Yeah, from Gothenburg, Sweden.
These guys have been a band since 1990 and the core of like the rhythm section's been with them since 2000. So good portion of the time. And the main dude,
Nicholas Rudolphson.
Yeah, there's some pictures of them in here.
Yeah.
So they're a death doom band, and this is their
13th
full-length album. And I wasn't aware of them. Runemagick. But this album sounds fucking great.
Man, this album is doom as fuck. The first song is 11 minutes in itself, but let me tell you, it held my attention better than the fucking 12-minute Swan songs. Yeah, it's doomy. The drums are like, I mean, the production's fantastic. But yeah, if you want a Swedish doom metal band, and again, I've never heard of Runemagick either, and listened to them, and they've been around forever, but. This was fun. And it's only like 7 songs, but I think it comes in at 42 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the songs are long, but they keep your attention for sure.
So you probably didn't have to look it up, but I had to look up the word cenotaph. It's a monument to something in a foreign land away from where it happened. So this is like post-apocalyptic, beyond the cenotaph of mankind. So, this is a death doom thing, but I gotta say, death metal in 30 years has completely expanded to encompass so much. And this is verging on shoegaze death metal. Like, remember Temple of Void that we reviewed last year? From Detroit. This is kind of on par with that, you know. I mean, they've been around longer than them. Temple, probably the same amount of albums. So anyway, It's like you really space out to it, but it's got great riffs. The vocals are Cookie Monster-ish, but very dark. I can read one. My favorite. Did you have a favorite song on this?
I do.
We'll say it on 3. Let me see. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Archaic
Revocation
Magic.
of Spectral Paths.
That's a great song.
Yeah, Archaic Magic after the Red Sun. That's a good one.
The
That's
first song is my
opener.
favorite one.
Yeah, it's a really strong opener.
Well, and look, I still, like you said, it is shoegazer. You're right. That's a great description of what this is, because there's parts of like the first song hits. It's a pretty up tempo, as you can get with death metal or doom metal. But towards the end, it's like the beats are like this. Dun, dun, dun. So it's pretty it's
the
pretty
last
slowed down towards the end, and they have a lot of those, what is it? I keep saying interludes, but it's like just noise in between songs. Not horrible, but yeah, it gives you something to ponder.
Yeah. So let's get on some of these lyrics.
All right, what's Runemagick got to say?
Let's see.
Is a spell going to be cast if you read this? I'm worried.
I'm worried.
One of them's going to show up at the door. The cenotaph is going to knock at the door.
Okay, this song, "The Storm Rode Beyond the Firmament." I really liked this one too.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, "The storm rode beyond the firmament."
I'm gonna have to look up firmament.
Isn't that like a tundra?
I'll look it up while you read.
The epitome of time and space encirclement, signs of the storming hunger of darkness. The lifeline passes in flashing curtness. The storm rode beyond the firmament. Darkified forms, dying stars now descend. Signs of the storming hunger of darkness. The lifeline passes in flashing curtness. Unleash my soul into the storm in another form, a chaotic swarm, current time forlorn, riding the storm, the past is torn, all memories are worn, I am now reborn. Signs of the storming hunger of darkness, old souls in a swirling dying mess, the death caress like a descending requiem of time, portal access, this path to the dark is mine.
The sheep is shorn. I eat corn. My pants are torn. Can't think of any more orange. Firmament is the heavens or the sky, especially when regarded as a tangible thing. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Or I was so wrong.
Or a sphere or world viewed as a collection of people.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You want to use it in a sentence? One of the great stars in the American golfing firmament. Okay?
Oh.
Thunder shakes the firmament. It's like you get it used in a sentence just like at the spelling bee.
Yeah. Uh-huh. You ever seen that documentary about what's the game with words,
Scrabble?
Scrabble, yeah, the documentary.
Like Chuck Woolery, like the TV show or the game?
No, it's a documentary about competitive Scrabble players.
Wow.
And these dudes just like learn words. It's like if you get bogged down in the definitions, that's too much. He's like, I know this is a word, I can't tell you what it
means.
Yeah,
but it's a fucking word.
Yeah, Okay, so here's this one. This is the split album with Boris in Uniform, Bright New Disease.
Boris from Tokyo, formed in 1992, and Uniform from New York City, formed in 2013. Both bands are kind of experimental industrial rock bands, so it made sense for them to collaborate on this record. This was fun. So the beginning of this record starts off a lot like heavy rocks. And then it works its way into more of an industrial sound that Uniform is known for. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, right?
Huh, they've got separate pages of like artwork in here. This is really neat. Are these the names of the songs, or
yeah,
just kind of how they did it? Here's
the credits.
I really like the first half of this song. I listened to some Uniform material on its own
I
today.
didn't listen. I haven't heard Uniform.
Yeah, and it's a little too noise rocky for me.
Oh, yeah.
And I know Boris has done that before because they also have put out straight noise rock records. But I dig Boris's heavy shit. I like Heavy Rocks a whole lot. I'm probably going to go see them when they come again with the Melvins because I'm thinking they're going to do more heavy stuff with the Melvins when they play here in October. Unfortunately, it's at Mohawk. Anyway, but I dug the first half of this record, but it was a good collaboration because you can tell like Takeshi, who does vocals for Boris, and the singer Michael Burden from Uniform, they take turns on all the songs, and they contribute to each other's songs through and through. So it's a real collaboration, but I feel the styles start off as Boris, heavy rock style, and then kind of merge their way into Uniform's more industrial type noise rock towards the end. Yeah, so.
Most of the songs I like are the more rockin' ones towards the beginning of the album.
Same.
It's a good record. My favorite songs. Do you have a favorite song?
Let me find it. No, I put no. I don't know why.
Because your favorite song is called No.
No, that's right.
That was also my favorite song.
Okay, yeah. It's funny. Usually I put N.A., but I guess the name of the song I like is No.
No, today I said no again. Sometimes I will no longer need to say the word. Today I'm still saying no. Someday, well, you've got to abandon your indifference. You don't know when it will be, monsters, victims, voyeurs. You don't know when it will be in the triumph of delusion. You don't know when it will be, monsters, victims, voyeurs. You don't know, it's always the case, all drowned in absolution. You don't know when it will be, pity for the living. You don't know when it will be, the envy of the dead. You don't know when it will be, I am the hell that you wished for. You don't know, it's always the case, your blood, your regret. But I believe that's in Japanese when they actually sing it.
Man, that's crazy. They did individual sheets.
And they did the... Yeah, it was kind of a pricey record. Most of the records, they just didn't have it on CD. You know, I'm kind of cheap.
Yeah.
Someone's yelling outside.
Yeah, Toby's locking the door. Someone's screaming outside, but we're hoping everything's okay. This is an action-packed episode today.
It's probably from the complex next door.
Yeah.
Damn. You can hear I-30.
Yeah.
What is going on
I don't know.
That's crazy.
Should we take the camera outside and some action?
No.
Yeah. This is Toby and Sean on the streets. It'll be our last episode for a while we heal up from traction.
Oh, jeez. All right. So, this is a good record. Yeah, the rockers would be... I liked Weaponized Grief. That's a good song. You're the Beginning. Narcotic Shadow.
I wonder if they're going to... Well, they're not. I was thinking, I wonder if they're going to play any of these songs live, but I guess they...
God, when we saw them before, it was almost exclusively songs from Heavy Rock.
Right, yeah. So
maybe a couple old ones. And it's weird that Boris had an album like 3 years ago called No that doesn't have a song called No
that's
on
right.
it, but there's a song called No on this album.
Right.
Which is awesome.
Right.
You know, kind of reminds me of Led Zeppelin, House of the Holy on Physical Graffiti.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but this is super fun. Wata. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about is Wata's guitar playing on this. Man, awesome. And the best part about her guitar playing is that she's an amp file. She's a guitar to the fullest. So Wata has her own YouTube videos where she explains what amps she's using, what pedals she's using for each song and each record, and she just she'll show you what her settings are. Anyway, but when you listen to this, each song is different as far as the guitar tone goes. From song to song to song, no guitar sound is the same throughout the entire record, which is super fucking cool. And as a drummer, I normally don't pick up on that shit, but with this, I definitely did. I was like, this.
Yeah, Boris is super impressive how prolific they are, and it's weird, it's different, they're always fresh because It's a good combination of rockin' and heavy weirdness, you know? Yeah.
Cool. Boris, Uniform, Bright New Disease.
Yeah. I bet they still play mostly stuff from Heavy Rocks when we see them with Melvin's.
I hope so. That's a great record.
Okay, now here's one. This actually came out in February. It's not as fresh as the other ones, but the thing is, it's gonna come back up later in the year because it's so good, and it just goes so hard. It's Homicidal Ecstasy by Sanguisugabogg.
Sanguisugabogg. These guys, man, they're relatively new. They formed in 2019, and this is only their second record.
Second album.
Yeah.
It came out in February. They are good friends with Jesus Piece, who we recorded. So both of these bands, I feel like, I've never liked the metalcore, I guess you would call it. But like I was saying before, talking about 100 Gex, it's possible to write a song in any form, in any genre, you know? And there's finally some like metalcore-ish records that I like out here, and I'm talking about Sanguisugabogg and Jesus Piece. And our singer guy from Jesus Piece shows up on what song? Face Ripped Off?
Yeah, Aaron Hurd. Yep, and they have a video for that song also.
I'm sure it's good. So these guys are heavy, you know? Man, the riffs are aplenty, you know? It's just all over the place. Lyrically, it's kind of like Cannibal Corpse, you know, thematically, but maybe not it's... What do you got to say about this, Sean?
Just heavy death metal, heavy drop D, drop F, scorching drums. You mentioned the snare sounded like something.
Oh, it does have Saint Anger snare.
Okay.
Like which is a diss technically, but like
it works on this because it's like pingy.
Maybe in a way the pingy snare was ahead of its time. I hate to say it. It's such a Metallica Saint Anger is such an awful album, and that snare always gave me a headache. But there is a little bit of that, but it sounds great in this context.
Yeah,
you know?
The drummer, I just gotta say his name is Cody Davidson, and he is phenomenal. Devin Swank vocals. This guy sings as deep as George Corpsegrinder, or even deeper.
Deeper.
Yeah, he gets down there, but God, I love this record. I really feel like it's going to be in my top 20 by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Like Toby said, I mean, it's I've listened to it maybe 5 times, but so do you know how they got their name?
No, what is it?
Okay, so the okay,
no.
so
okay.
So there was a guy in the band whose last name was Boggs, who's not in the band anymore. I think he was the old guitar player. But he was in a short-lived black metal band called Sanguisuga, which is Latin for bloodsucker. And after learning that bog is British slang for toilet, they decided to combine the two for this project. So it's so the name Sanguisugabogg kind of means blood-sucking toilet.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a silly name, and good luck trying to read their name in the font that they have.
Oh yeah. I'm not going to show you all the inside of the booklet because it might. Some of the pictures they're verging on might get me.
Yeah, they're almost pornographic.
Yeah.
But
let's see. Did you have a favorite song?
Dude, I thought I had a favorite song when I was listening to this.
The whole thing is good.
The whole thing is good, but I have 2 favorite songs actually. But I'll say the first one. Wait. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Mortal
Testicular
Admonishment.
Rot. Yeah.
Okay. Testicular Rot.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I love all of them though,
yeah,
man.
the whole album's good.
But Mortal Admonishment is fucking great. Some of the songs are 2 minutes. Some of the songs are 6 minutes. Like it kind of varies throughout. But man, you can't get any. Toby's looking at some.
It's kind like it's almost porn. It's too close.
Yeah, it's too close.
Mortal Admonishment. On your last days, you'll bow your head, cry out to God. You'll still be dead. Can't hold on, accept your fate. The body grows cold. You approach your death. Staring 6 feet down a hole lies the person I miss the most. Death is blind these cursed eyes. Death is all I see. Death abides and takes their life. Now it creeps on me. Lifeline fade, it's your last day. This hurt I feel, it can't be real. Why now, why me? I want to fucking die. I'm growing quickly insane. Memories have been unearthed. I'm losing my fucking mind. Darkness creeps consuming me. And now they lie, stiff and cold in the ground. Heartbeat quickly declines. Counting the seconds. Say your final goodbye. Save your last breath, I choose to die. There was a line in there I was like, might get me.
Oh, okay. The sheep is shorn. The paper is torn. I am forlorn.
Watch that. That song might get me like adultified on YouTube, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Which I normally wouldn't care, but having to click that extra button like cuts out like a third of the viewers or a half. It's just like
what is it like explicit warning or
it's
18 and over?
Yeah. So like if you appear to say anything like condoning suicide or anything, you know, like you can't do it. You can't say certain violent tag words they look for. Right. So then it's caused them to say like create new words like unlifed, you know?
Right.
Like,
that's a good band name.
Unlifed.
Unlifed.
The death metal band.
They're the death cover band. Unlifed.
That's awesome.
But these guys are from Columbus, Ohio.
Oh yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, they again, this is crushing death metal in its
so good
heaviest form. They're on tour right now in the States and in Canada. They're not coming through Austin, unfortunately. My other second favorite song was Skin Cushion.
Skin Cushion, yeah. Awesome.
But
Black Market Vasectomy.
Black Market Vasectomy. Do they have a song called... Okay. No. That was
Necrosexual Deviant.
Their song titles match like their insert artwork. But no, I hope to... Yeah, I'm going to listen to this a whole lot more and expect to hear these guys pop up again in our year-end wrap-up.
And we thought we had nothing to talk about. Here we are again.
46 minutes. Yeah, we thought this was going to be a quick episode. But yeah, so Toby is playing this weekend on Sunday with Yardwork and
Brian, The Stairs.
And that'll be a lot of fun, so come out to that.
And then there's this thing July 20th. And then on the 21st, John Motard's playing. I couldn't find the flyer with... One Good One Kick Butt Coffee.
And then Sparks is this Thursday at ACL. And then Whores and Cherubs are playing on Friday at Bloswell.
All right.
That'll be a fun show.
All right. We're going to play you out. And thank you for bearing with us again. You know, we appreciate it.
We appreciate y'all.
Let's see.
We almost got attacked during this episode.
Yeah, what was going on out there?
You might need to walk me out to my car.
All right.
How do I turn this on?
Oh, man. I didn't really turn it all
Oh, there we go.
Thank you. See you next time.